bitches.
Good in the fuckery today.
Yeah.
All right. So, in hip hop news, let's see. Now the good thing about it is I like how Meek Mills handled himself in this situation. A lot of people may not have may disagree
him
with.
and Tekashi?
Oh yeah, him and Ratashi, Ratatouille 6ix9ine or whatever.
Yes, sir.
So if y'all don't know, man, and I'm pretty sure y'all know because it's been all over the internet or whatever.
Yes. Twitter
This
blew up.
fool Tekashi 6ix9ine. He came out of nowhere, in the parking lot after this club in Miami, and just with his phone, he was like, "You with security? You with security? You with the cops? You with the cops?" Now, mind you, everywhere he has to go, he has to have security. He's an informant. He is a federal informant. It is documented that he is an agent. Judas and Messiah, he was Judas.
Amen.
It was Judas for everybody. He is literally on TV. Does he not know that this was on TV? Went through and they have a whole meme with him going like this, saying, Jim Jones, this guy, Snoop Dogg, all of them, just ratting away to get himself out of it. Master Splinter, no disrespect to Master Splinter, man.
I mean,
and to tell you the truth, I feel like the way it looked from my angle, I feel like because he can't go nowhere without security, because that's an endangerment on himself. There's people waiting for him. It's people waiting for him to be on his own, and nobody would care. You know what I'm saying? I feel like he came out there with his own security and tried to make it look like they were part of Meek Mill's security.
Hell yeah.
Or whatever. And
Meek the dude that was like trying to pull him away, that wasn't Meek security. That was his people's.
And you darn right, Meek Mill should have security. He is a rap star
who wears a lot of jewelry.
And rap, according and a quote from Jim Jones, rap is a dangerous job. Yeah. Like, especially if you rapping street stuff and this, that, and the third or whatever.
And then rappers we done seen shot and killed this past year. You damn sure right.
Cash, yeah. Exactly. Like, it was a month, it seemed like one after every week there was somebody, you know. Yep. Like he should have that security. It would make no sense for him not to have security or whatever. Like, it's just hypocrisy. Like, it's just, but we all know why he's doing it. He got to make some kind of money.
And ain't nobody checking for him right now.
He got to make some kind of money. So the only thing he can do is make some kind of spectacle or whatever, or just to keep him in the news. So when he come out with stuff, they go right into it. The only thing is, and this is, I find is the good part of him and his fuckery, is that he can make as many spectacles as he want. He's still going to get low sales. And it happens each time.
That
like,
album with Flopperoonie, that shit went like, double wood.
First of all, your voice is annoying. I never liked his music. I sit there the first time I saw him and I'm like, who is this fool with these?
I want to listen to shit like that. I'll just put in Onyx.
Yo, and I mean, and then it's like, I ain't even gonna disrespect Onyx like that. Like, even though he's using the voice, but I'm like, at least I believe what the heck he said. Like, you know, I believe Sticky Fingers and his cockeyed did the things that he said in his raps. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Sticky seemed pretty official to me.
Yeah. Like,
I agree. Yeah.
But him, no, it's like, dog, you're saying all this stuff that is the complete opposite of your behavior in your songs. But I do realize his fan base is just like him or whatever. I saw one YouTuber, I forgot his name. It's Deshaun Wiltshire or whatever. He literally pulled it up and then he looked through the comments of the people that were agreeing with 6ix9ine, and they all look like a 6ix9ine. They're all
birds of a feather.
They're all some goofy looking suburban or whatever that look like, you know, like this is a bunch of colors in their head, goofy as heck, you know. Not a
His
I know
kindred
Riff.
spirits.
Yeah, like they all look like they would do some stupid stuff on camera just to get on, pretty much. But yeah, let me get at it. But we all know 6ix9ine's a goofball. He's a trash human being. And we'll just leave it at that. Or
I
whatever.
think one thing you said that I like though, agreed, is Meek Mill definitely played it the right way. Because that could have went left.
Yep.
Some other rapper who may not have been as experienced in the game and just may not have had as much to lose as Meek. They might have just went ahead and went at him just off the cloud or just off the fact that like they felt disrespected. You know what I mean? You run up on a King Von or somebody like that shit could have went left, or one of them rappers that be packing, Rondo and his crew, like NBA Youngboy, like that shit would have went up real fast. So,
I've seen like Lil Baby.
That's Meek showing his maturity and just the fact that like he's understanding the game now. He's understanding like how to recognize real threats as opposed to somebody who's trying to get him to do something. So then he ends up in court or he, goes backwards. So I appreciated Meek kind of just being like, you know what, man, like this dude is a clown. I ain't about to sit there and put my hands on him or none of that.
He learning them Hove lessons. That's what that is. He learned them Hove lessons. I will say and I need to look more into this dude, but that dude Whack 100 or whatever, he was talking junk about him.
That's game manager and stuff.
Yeah, like I feel like he's just one of
he got hit by Mike Tyson on the interview.
Hey, I don't blame you. I'm just saying, like that should give you a clue right there, because Mike is on some peaceful stuff, like what I'm saying, like correct yourself. I feel like he's one of them people that want to be famous but don't have the talent or whatever. So he's using the management.
Too. Like, but I definitely think
that don't surprise me
much, man. Like he be way and there's a lot of gangsters out there in LA. But I noticed most of them, like most of the real gangsters I noticed don't be like real rah-rah all the time. They had quiet moments where they just like, all right, I see you. Okay. Because every time I see him, he's arguing with somebody.
Yeah, because real gangsters got real stuff that they don't want other people to know about, and they don't need that spotlight on them. They don't need it. That's going to make the block hot for them. So I don't know too much about him to be saying too much about him.
His gang credentials.
I'm never going to question anybody's. I ain't that guy person. I mean, I'm from Portsmouth, Virginia, and that's a street area, whatever. But I'm a nerd, and I'm the first one to say I'm not going to be claiming like I'm the most gangster person in the world or whatever. I'm a man, I'm going to defend myself as a man, but I ain't going to try to prove. I don't got nothing to prove to nobody, pretty much.
Big facts.
All right. But all right, from one trash human being to another trash human being. Or whatever. And this just came in today. Now, I'm not the one to wish death on anybody, and in general, and peace out to the loved ones. But this one person, I'm not going to get no sympathy from me. But Rush Limbaugh has passed away at age 70.
Who?
Rush Limbaugh.
Oh, hell. Yeah.
Yeah, they ain't gonna get no sympathy.
About that earlier. I'm gonna say this. Never gonna wish death on anybody, because you can't come back from that. I will say this is the first death of this year that I've heard about as far as a famous person where I was like, I could see God coming to inflict that karma. Like I feel like this was a justified. Like I understand.
Long overdue kind of song.
Like you spew that kind of toxic hatred and just bullshit for so long, like that stuff is gonna eventually manifest in your body. And he got exactly what he dished out for years. So God bless his family, because I know they struggling through it. And again, I don't wish death on nobody, but I understand.
Now, because this guy's been doing it for a long time. He's been like, as a child, I knew that he was a trash human being. Like this is in the 90s, you know what I'm saying?
Been hearing his name since we was little kids.
Like he is basically was the poster child for media racism. Like he was the he's the Fox News before Fox News. He was probably the grandfather of Fox News, to tell you the truth.
A lot of them dudes on Fox News got their inspiration from him. His platform, absolutely. I agree.
I can't even.
All them dudes, Glenn Beck,
Tucker Carlson,
all them dudes. Yeah.
Tucker Carlson is an idiot though. He just looked like an idiot. Like I don't everything he said. He'll have people up there that he's trying to disagree with, and they make him look stupid every single
if you
time.
Wear hair like that, it's not a lot under the hair.
And it's somebody else, and I can't think of the dude name. He's famous, but I don't even really care enough to even bring him up. But he's like Rush Limbaugh Part 2 or whatever. Was it
Alex Jones?
Not Alex Jones,
Bill
but he's
O'Reilly.
crazy. Bill O'Reilly, yes, that guy or whatever. But he forget him. But all right. So to explain even further for people that may not be familiar with Rush Limbaugh, because it was like a long time ago when he was really like that. These are a few things, few of the fuckeries that he has said. Quote, and I quote, "You're a foreigner, you shut your mouth or you get out."
Xenophobia.
Blacks are 12% of the population. Who the hell cares?
Racism.
Let stupid and unskilled Mexicans do that work.
Xenophobia and racism.
Have you ever noticed how all composite pictures of wanted criminals look like Jesse Jackson?
Stupid.
Yeah.
Just stupid.
Holocaust, 90 million Indians, only 4 million left. They all have casinos. What's complained about?
Nationalism, racism, imperialism.
Feminism was established so as to allow unattractive women easier access to mainstream of society.
Feminism.
So sexism.
Sexism, chauvinism. Yeah, chauvinism. Yeah.
If any race of people should not have guilt about slavery, it's Caucasians. Yeah. Take that bone out of your nose and call me back. Women still live longer than men because their lives are easier.
What the
The NAACP should get a liquor store and practice robberies. We need segregated buses. And I ask you, do you think you're going to get any sympathy from me? There's probably a fiery pit somewhere for him right now. He should be, I believe, a friend that I know named Sean said in a quote that he's probably on that waiting list on purgatory to get his designated pit right now.
Yeah, something is going to be ripping his body apart for eternity. So like you can't spew that type of hate all the time and be like, oh yeah. If you believe in a heaven or a happy afterlife or a happy reincarnation or whatever the case, like
karma in general, but
whatever you believe in, it ain't good for him after this. Like he will be judged at some point.
And I take this as a sign, and I've been taking a lot of things as a sign that things are slowly changing and America is finally getting the karma that they got, that America deserves. And in general, like I feel like right now, if you look at politicians, they are starting to look more nervous. More of the citizens are more aware of the BS that they pull and everything. So I'm kind of taking this as January 6th. That was the first sign.
That opened a lot of people's eyes this past year, since the start of the protests against police brutality and defund police and all of these different movements. Since the start of that all the way up until now to the insurrection, I feel like a lot of people who were asleep, politically and socially, they were waking up because a lot of
Mm-hmm.
stuff was on their front doorstep for the first time.
You can't avoid it now. It's right in front of
Right.
your face.
Right.
You know.
It's like we've seen Bloody Sunday every other month for a while now. So I think a lot of people, just like in the '60s when Bloody Sunday happened, like that was the kind of a lot of white people's first time of like even knowing that, oh, that's how people be getting treated. Because
Mm-hmm.
white people in certain areas that just had never even knew that that was a thing down south, or knew that was a thing in LA or in Chicago or New York. I mean, they didn't know that it was happening. So like to see it on TV in your face, I think this past year, it's woken a lot of people up.
The miseducation of America is changing. Like it's a lot of white folk that don't even know about their own history. Let alone like they know the ideal um Barney and Friends happy-go-lucky American history where they're waving flags and stuff like that. But they don't know too much about their history because you're not even supposed to. They're waving flags. They got flags for shirts. They got flags for pants, flags for bandanas, and it says that you're not even supposed to do that with the flag. That's disrespecting the flag.
Yep.
In general, but
kind of goes back to that thing we were talking about last week when you were talking about Marjorie Taylor Greene, and like a lot of people who claim to be so political and so rah USA don't know the basic tenets of the country. They don't know the basic laws, constitutional rights. A lot of them couldn't even tell you what the amendments are in the Bill of Rights. Like a lot of them just don't know at all. They just follow blindly.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, man, what's that dude on daily news that we always talk about? Kepper.
Jordan Kepper.
The white Jordan Kepper.
Jordan Kepper.
He always have a segment where he's proving that these people don't know nothing about their own country.
Well, I'll share my emails with you. What did you say?
You read the whole Constitution?
Sure
That's a
have,
long.
buddy.
I mean, it's pretty short. It's pretty concise. But
not very long at all.
Let me go ahead and continue with the fuckery and the good and the fuckery. All right. So this is one thing that kind of pissed me off.
Okay.
And Kevin on stage talked about it. Patrick Cloud talked about it or whatever. But is
Kevin on stage.
It's saw this video that said tips on dating a black man, and it was by this white girl.
Yep.
With a black man. And now she's from Iceland, so she's ignorant or whatever, but that's still no excuse because there's Google in general. And it was the most tone deaf, like it made me think, like, do you even really love that black man, or you just like, excuse me, black dick? I feel like that's what it is. I think you just like black dick. Because if you really love a man, you would be more, like you'd be more empathetic to the situation he's brought up in. And like the first thing she said that triggered me, and she's absolutely right when she said it, is just she's tone deaf when she said, and she starts off like this: for some reason. If you start off with "for some reason," you're already in the wrong, pretty much. All right. Maybe you need to find that reason before you open your goddamn mouth. In general. For some reason, black men are sensitive about their culture. And in the words of Captain Stage, maybe because when we were brought here, we were stripped from our culture. We were told our culture was demonic, and that we have totally lost all history and knowledge of our culture coming over here. So now that we're just
hold on to what we do
have to have an identity.
And that culture's been demeaned for hundreds of years. So yes, we're sensitive about it because we've been told our culture ain't shit as we watch people steal our culture for hundreds of years.
And literally built their culture on our culture. We made everything. You think you made country music? No, we made country music.
Rock and roll.
You think you made rock and roll? No, we made rock and roll. Elvis is a copycat of Little Richard.
Come on, man.
Like
Chuck Berry too.
I saw a YouTube video the other day, and it was a white man that basically told us that we as black people have created civilization.
Yeah,
Period.
yeah. And the funny part is, back in the day, like European countries would like, or European empires would like give us credit. Like back in Greece, you got who was it, Plato or somebody who was writing about, how their philosophers and teachers had to go down to
Egypt.
Ethiopia and Egypt
Mm-hmm.
to learn to learn basic everything, so that they could
Mm-hmm.
then bring it back to Greece and teach their people. And they would talk about how, like, stuff was shining like the diamonds in the Ethiopia, what I mean, talking about the riches and the wealth that Africa had. So like, it's only in this more recent history that we've been whitewashed and like made to feel like we ain't the shit. But like, we've been doing this shit forever. Like, you don't have baseball if you don't have, what is it, Ta Kurt El Omaha.
Mm-hmm.
Like, if you don't have Dambe boxing and ancient sports like that, you don't get to the point where you got MMA. If you don't have Savika, you don't have bullfighting. Like, if you don't have what was the dude name? Oh fuck, is it Herodotus? Hell no. What's the dude? No. Not Hammurabi, is it? Might be Hammurabi. But the dude
Coda
from ancient
Hammurabi.
Kemet that was like he was the first physician. He was like one of the first engineers. He helped to engineer like the first pyramid. Like, this dude was a bad man. Like, he was literally an expert at almost damn near everything, art, all that shit. And he was doing that when civilizations were still crawling around in caves and writing on cave walls and trying to survive. They were already building these complex civilizations with trade and writing and forms of communication and language. Like, we've been this shit.
But I'm trying to.
We ain't new to this. We true to this.
King DeJoser. I don't know if that's the right one either, because I don't know. I don't trust Google. We're gonna look that up. We're gonna find that out today.
I feel like it's Hammurabi or hold on.
I know
I got
Hammurabi is
I know
the
exactly how I can look it up. I'm gonna tell you his name right now. Let me not even. We got fucking technology. Why am I
exact
stumbling around like I can't look it up?
because I remember the code of Hammurabi, and that's the eye for eye.
Hold on, because he was one of the first lawmakers too.
Yeah.
Oh, nope. Imhotep. That's who
Imhotep.
it is. Imhotep. Motherfucker was an engineer, the first physician. He was an artist. He was like coming up with complex calculations. He was a scholar. He was like all of these amazing things. He was a religious, like, this dude was the first Renaissance man before the Renaissance was even a twinkle in the world's eye. Like,
now
we've been doing this, bro.
When they say Black history is American history, no, Black history is world history.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
You wouldn't even have history if it was us, because we the one that got made all those classes in the first place. So whatever, believe you'd be mad.
We had the first libraries.
Exactly.
You couldn't study the history of the world without coming to Africa to go to the libraries that was there. So like,
so put the science into it, because Africa's in the middle of the earth and the first place that the sun hits. So if the sun is the thing that brings life to the earth. So where would the first humans be? Logically. Now, mind you, you can't be mad.
It's a reason that melanin works how it does.
Mm-hmm. So reason why some of y'all have to get melanin shots.
Like, literally, the further away from the original source, like deep dark pigmentation was the first color of humans, because they lived closer to the equator, so they had to have those melanin to protect them from UV light. As people migrated away from that, you got lighter pigmentations because the need for that melanin was a lot less the further you got away from the equator and the further you got into colder climates. So like, literally, you can trace all the way back. Just follow the melanin. It'll lead you right back to the source every time.
And being that we made this history, and we are for like 400 years was told that we had nothing to do with that and we didn't make anything. Yes, we're sensitive. If you did something for somebody and they said that, no, you didn't do that for me, you would be mad too. And that's
Absolutely.
what made me
Especially
mad
if you
about.
gave him quality craftsmanship. Shit.
Yeah, and that's what made me mad about her, because I know as a woman there is something that there is
Yep.
something that she is sensitive about.
Yep. That you don't get credit for around the house. That you would cuss him out if he forgot to
Exactly.
mention that you did it. If he didn't
Exactly.
mention that you was the one that take care of the house and made sure that he got his student loan or made or was there to support him through whatever he was trying to do, or you was the one that was bringing home the bacon in some cases, let you forget to give that white lady some credit for something. He ain't gonna hit the end of it. But you wonder why he says about his culture, and he's been basically told that he ain't done nothing.
And any race would be sensitive about their culture. If you
Their culture.
go to India and you tell them what they're doing is wrong, and I
Hell
think that's
yeah.
called ethnocentrism or
Yep.
whatever.
Go ahead. Look at you bringing out terms.
You know
Yeah.
what? Yeah, man, my mom's a teacher, man. Mom's a teacher. If if you go to India and you say, "Hey, everything y'all doing is wrong" or whatever, let me eat this burger, which y'all find right in front of you, and y'all find cows sacred or whatever, they'll look at you crazy. If you go
Yep.
to Japan,
Yep.
you go to China, and you say all this stuff that they believe in, whether it's Shinto or Buddhism or whatever,
Uh-huh.
is wrong, they're gonna look at you crazy. If
Absolutely.
if you a Christian, and I and you don't have to test this, if you a Christian
Boy.
and you tell a Christian that none of that stuff is real, ima- just imagine how many Bible verses you're going to get smacked in the face with that day. So
Immediately.
you, immediately. So don't even go there. So let me get back to her or whatever. She even I went in a rabbit hole. I actually saw that she has a YouTube video. She has multiple videos about this subject, and each video is just as tone deaf as the last one. And what really pissed me off is not even her. It's the simple fact that that dude is just sitting there like, yup, yup, like get out, like yup,
Black
yeah.
men are starting to lose their spines.
Now I ain't gonna put it on black man, because this I already know what type of dude this is or whatever. He would
Certain men, period.
he
Let me
he
correct that. You're right.
because he she asked him like, how come you only dated white women or whatever. And you can look at him and you can see why. You can look right at him and you can see why or whatever, because now he probably would reply back like, as the black woman probably run over him or whatever, but you can't even use that as an excuse, because that white woman is running you over on video.
Because she's saying that shit and you sitting there, yes, man. Yep.
Yo, the disrespectful stuff that she said, she said, for some reason, I'm from Iceland and we just say, we just call our parents and everything by their name. Well, you're not in Iceland no more. You're in America. So she feels some, she has a whole video of how to react with black parents. It's the most disrespectful shit in the world.
Yeah, you
And I'm
call a
like,
black parent by their first name. You better throw a Mr. or Miss on the front of that.
I will smack you. You know what I'm saying?
Something. Yeah.
You better, I will smack you. Like,
I wish my son would call me by my damn name.
and that's just it. It's like he lost his balls or something. She got him trapped up, and that's why I say that I don't even think you
They call it cuckold.
exactly.
He's cuckolded.
Exactly.
Like the
He
man
just
in the Great Gatsby book.
you said
Cuckolded man.
she's like, for some reason, black men are sensitive about the culture, and then here he come to the side. I'm not sensitive. Ooh, you want a cookie? What do you want a special prize? I literally wanted to, I'm not a person that employs violence unless I'm watching an action movie or drama stuff, or it's UFC, or okay, maybe I do a little bit, but but I wanted to jump in my phone through that YouTube vid with a flying fist to his face, like, you stupid, like, get your balls
on,
back,
bro.
man.
Come on,
Be
bro.
a man.
Yeah.
Like,
Yep.
like I look. I'm not the one. How to say? I'm not against interracial dating at all. You know what I'm saying? I'm not against it at all. Like I've dated Spanish women, I've dated Asian women, I've and I love my black one. My mom's black. His mom is black. I don't understand him. So I'm not against it at all. But if that girl doesn't seem like she's gonna be right there in the front line with you, then that's not the white woman you should have.
Yeah, we don't need no more pacifists on our hand. We need people that are gonna be allies because the struggle is real. We need a rainbow coalition, like Fred Hampton was talking. Like we can't. If you're gonna be with us and you're from another race, you got to be down to go through our shit.
Yeah, and
be there.
And I'm gonna say this. Yeah, and I'm gonna say this right now. Like, black people are the first one in the front line defending other races.
Yeah.
Or whatever. Yeah. Whatever we go through, everything that you go through as another race, we already been through it. And we're going to go through it first.
Yep.
With the coronavirus, they say it's an uprising of like of Asian just discrimination in general. We've been through that.
And by the people that y'all be calling to actually come help y'all, them same people come on the scene and harass us worse. Or beat us worse.
So, like, what side do you think? Because at the end of the day, and I might be going on a tangent, and I'm gonna go with his advice and go back to the topic. But that shit pissed me off when I saw that, like that was
a very
I triggered.
Just like, come on, bro.
So triggered, like, so head cracked, like, dog, like, what's wrong with you? Like, you're get out. You're definitely get out or whatever. But I won't get on that.
The camera in his face.
I won't get on that, but there was nothing good about that. The only thing good about that was Kev on stage and Patrick Cloud joking on him. And YouTube and TikTok, they said, I think they made a video about TikTok is mad at us. Yeah, they should be. The whole world should be. Whatever. You stupid bitch.
In this time and age, like, you got to be a little more aware. In what you're saying, I guess. You know what I mean? Like, you got to kind of think it out a little bit more and have some type of something to go with that. Like, if you're gonna make a statement like that, then have something that you about to drop, or some facts to back it up, or some data or something. But you can't just be talking about somebody else's culture like that.
And I hope you're going to continue I hope you continue to get that check as a YouTuber, because after this, I don't think you're gonna get no job anywhere else, man. Because we're gonna put you on Front Street.
I mean that.
All right, this is my last fuckery. This is my last fuckery.
Come on with it.
Or whatever. It's been more fuckery than good, it seemed like, on this, but
that's all right. The world is
the good. The good is the impeachment trials is over, and y'all can go back to y'all regularly scheduled programs. The fuckery is it didn't do nothing like it before, and the Democratic Party is weak. The Democratic Party is weak. And right there, and my target for this is Nancy Pelosi. I'm going to tell you why. I'm going to tell you why I say this.
Mitch, now we're going to get on Nancy. I like
and then we're going to get right on Nancy right here. Because like I said before, when we got, before we got Biden in the office and right after, we need to be on their neck.
Yeah.
Nancy Pelosi has been numerous times on video said that we need to get Trump out, but we need a strong Republican Party. Stop right there. No, we don't. Yeah. The Republican Party has been strong, period. Even when they don't have a president. Yes. Even when they don't have a president in office, they still run everything. Obama couldn't do nothing his whole 8 years.
Yeah.
Like, black people, we may be mad at Obama because he wasn't able to do a lot of things that we thought he was going to do and everything. But a lot of the main reason because of that is because the whole legislative branch was mostly Republican or whatever. Because now
they stonewalled him at every chance they got.
Everything that he could do, pretty much. So, like, that's why I feel some type of way when I hear about, like, Obama ain't do nothing. He didn't do nothing because he's only one person against the whole Republican Party. And his party is weak. And it's so weak that they say they are bowed down to their opposition, saying they want them to be a strong party. Now, the reason why I feel like Nancy Pelosi is saying that is because her donors are probably Republican, and she is good as fundraising, and she doesn't want those donors to go against her. She wants to be able to keep those donors that are still Republican, that like Republicans, because they still want those tax breaks.
Oh yeah,
so
all the money game up there.
And that's why I keep saying we need to get all these old politicians out.
Yes. These old farts out of here.
If they ain't updated, if they can't go into their computer and flip a PDF file on their own, they need to go. Okay? All right. Like, they all need to go. Like if you were born in 1930, you shouldn't be making decisions for 2021. Like, if you were
you too set in your ways at that point.
Like, your way of thinking doesn't even is not even compatible with the time.
Yeah.
Like, you it's like a person that buys a regular TV and want Netflix. That's what these politicians are. Like, why can't I get Netflix? I'm mad I can't get Netflix. Whatever. You have a regular TV.
You got an old humpback. You don't even have the connections to connect to this.
You
don't have an HDMI cord, sir.
I don't like internet, but I want Netflix. You one of them. They need to go. They're outdated or whatever. Yeah. Like you wouldn't buy a old hoopty or whatever. Most people don't like old cars unless you're
into classics.
And unless with classics, they still update it with the maintenance. They keep updating the maintenance. That's how they become and stay classics or whatever. Yeah. Even those, you know who's a classic? I would call him a classic lowrider. That's Bernie Sanders.
Oh my God,
he's a classic.
Bernie. Oh, yeah, Bernie.
But Mitch and Nancy,
Big Mitch,
or whatever, they're like a Model T. They're like a Model T running on fumes.
Up in front of the car.
Oh, yeah, and they just burning up gas, trying to get whatever money out of people so they can keep running because they're career politicians. They get their career politicians. They get a raise each year, and like I said before, if I do a horrible job at my job, I'm going to get fired. I'm not going to get a raise. They are doing
suspended. I mean,
they are doing.
Suspended. Yeah.
They're doing a crap job. Like even if you're not doing a bad job, if you're doing the bare minimum, you could still get fired because there's probably other people that are doing above and beyond.
You ain't gonna get no raise.
They're doing a crap job, and they're still with healthcare. So yeah, people, get these people out of office, man. I vote all the time. Like, like I know some of our black people say voted at.
Get rid of the farts. Hashtag freedom jeans.
That's what they are. They some old pair of Umar jeans.
They just
and they need to go.
In the bullshit, man.
And they need to go. And so that was the good and the fuckery.